to coast and all the ships at sea. We're counting. I appreciate the contacts I've had, those of you who follow this, sending me notes, appreciating the tachlis of it, that we're actually getting into things here. I appreciate that very much. We're taught by Rabbi Nachman that we pay attention to the energies of these 49 days. It's a kind of a spiritual alignment. We come aligned, as it were, with God's blessed will. So we're in the 32nd day of the counting now, which is 4 weeks and 4 days, which brings us into Netzach, into Hod. The week is given over to Hod, which is a sense of humility, It's that restraint energy. Remember, we deal in triads, but there's always the tension between the dyad, the two, which is integrated into the third, into the triad. So we write in couplets and tercets during this period. And the tension of the two, of course, is the Netzach and the Hod, the sense of confidence. It can be a false confidence. It can be certainty. Certainty, I'm going to be suspicious of certainty. We lift up ambiguity here. And that sense that certainty is moderated by humility and integrated into the third, which is Yesod, the foundation. And my grandson taught me that might be just doing the right thing, to find a way to bring it into the body, into the works of your hands, as the psalmist says, to bring the wisdom into the works of your hands, so that what you know, what you learn, becomes effective in your world. You're working it in your world. It comes into the works of your hands. Ambiguous. So many of our choices are unsatisfying. When choosing, you pick bad or you pick worse. Well, the honest choice is, I don't know. Or nuanced, beyond simplism. Ambiguous. Sit down, good tea. Follow the avenues of connection between the elementals, the journey, the movement. Let ambiguous convince you for the present to pay attention and wait. This is an active waiting while you are gathering knowledge. We don't have one word for this in English. An active waiting, a learning, counting, the sequential aspect of it. Learn something new. Amidst all the extremism and fixed ideas, certainty of the uninformed, wake up to mind's reality, something new. Patience. Tonight begins the holiday we give over to Bar Yochai. Bar Yochai, Nimshach Ashrecha, Shemehen Sahason Mecha Berecha. Bar Yochai, the oil of joyousness from his friends. He received so much from his community, and he gave so much. He received so much, and he gave so much. Who is Bar Yochai? Who is Bar Yochai? Well, we've been talking about that in the classes. He is the protagonist of the Zohar, the classic text of Jewish mysticism. He lived in the 1st and 2nd century. He was a student of Rabbi Akiva. As a matter of fact, there were 2 ordinees of Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Meir and Bar Yochai. And Bar Yochai, he wanted to be the first. He wanted to be the first. Talk about humility. Akiva gave him a lesson in humility. Akiva ordained Rabbi Meir first, said to Akiva, said to Bar Yochai, It's enough for you. It should be enough for you. That myself, your teacher, and God know your excellence. We sat around a table and asked each other, what is it about Bar Yochai? And the thing about Bar Yochai is all the great teachers that came after him through the centuries, the mystic teachers we call them. Bar Yochai is the paradigm. He taught from the deep to the deep. So rare, especially nowadays, to get these deep, deep teachings from the deep to the deep. What is it about Bar? We sat around a table and I asked each other, what is it about Bar Yochai? I asked Luzzatto, the Italian. I am Bar Yochai, he said. I asked the Holy Ari, 16th century, what is it about Bar Yochai? He looked into my forehead, read out the pathway of my soul. I asked the Besht, the master of the good name, what is it about the Bar Yochai? He was the one who expressed ambiguity, one eye smiling, one eye crying. Bar Yochai attached himself to the present in wonder and terror simultaneously. He detached himself from outcomes. He left students. I am Bar Yochai, said the holy Rabbi Israel ben Eliezer, the Baal Shem Tov. On this, we all agreed. Bar Yochai dreamed peace. On the way to Rome, he fell into a pond, saw two letters floating in the water. He dreamed up into the sky, saw the complete dream of peace in one word imprinted in the heavens. He wrote, I have one half of everything I want. Thus he spent his last days believing if he could make the peace prayers properly twice, the world would be redeemed. Excuse me, he said, while I kissed the sky. Bar Yochai. Thanks for coming, everybody. Tonight, say a little prayer, look up into the sky and say a little prayer remembering Bar Yochai and his complete dream of peace he saw floating in a pond. He saw reflected in the air, in the sky. Ciao, babies. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming.